Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. So today I am going to be doing a first impressions on the Ilia Serum Skin Tint SPF 40 foundation, and I'm also going to do a wear test of the foundation. One of my subscribers actually recommended this foundation and to do a review, so I went ahead and purchased it. This foundation is vegan, cruelty-free, gluten-free. It comes in recyclable packaging and it has SPF sunscreen. Yeah, so I was really impressed by what I read online about the foundation, and it actually has some pretty good reviews on Sephora, but I wanted to try it out on my oily skin because normally with these type of foundations that have like a dewy finish, which is what it says online, they just don't work with my skin because I have oily skin. So if you have oily skin, this is going to be a good review for you guys. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Sylvia. Thank you so much for being here. I upload cruelty-free videos, lifestyle videos, and haul videos. If you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe, and if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. So hopefully I got the right shade. I got the shade 10, which is Portofino, which is for medium with golden undertones skin tone. They actually have a pretty good shade range for a skin tint. They have from really light shade to like a really deep shade, so I think that's a really good start. The foundation is $46, so it is a little bit pricey. You get 1 fluid ounces. It has hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, zinc oxide, which is a non-toxic sunscreen. That's the one that you want to get. There's a bunch of sunscreens out there, and I just learned a little bit more about sunscreens, that there are some that are actually toxic to your skin. So one of the non-toxic ones is the zinc oxide, and that's the ones that I like to use in my sunscreen. Also, the foundation is clean at Sephora, which is formulated without over 50 ingredients. So if you want to see that list, it is on the Sephora website. I will link it below. And it also has plant-based squalene, which helps support skin and improves the appearance of elasticity. So it has a lot of benefits, so I can see why it is priced the way that it is. I don't mind paying a certain price for a product knowing that it's actually gonna be good for my skin and it doesn't have toxic ingredients. So far the packaging looks really nice and minimalistic. Something is in here. Okay, what is this? True Skin Radiant Priming. Wow, that's really cool. I didn't know that when you buy the foundation, you get a sample of their primer, which is the True Skin Radiant Priming Serums. I guess I will use this underneath, but this is the packaging of the foundation. I think it's glass. It kind of feels like a glass container, and it has a dropper. This innovative weightless formula delivers light coverage that dries down to a natural dewy finish. Fine lines and imperfections are softened and skin appears healthy, and a blend of hyaluronic acids, macro and micro. It is also non-comedogenic, oil-free, and dermatologist tested. Also, I've already done my eyes and my brows. So for my eyeshadow, I used the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette, and then on my brows, I used the Tarte Sketch and Set Brow Pencil. I don't have any foundation or anything on my face. I don't have primer. I did moisturize. I didn't apply any SPF. I'm so used to just applying my SPF and then going in with foundation, or just applying SPF no matter what, even if I'm not doing foundations. My skin has gotten a bit oily, so I feel like I need to apply at least a mattifying primer before I apply the foundation, just because I know my skin, and I know if I don't put any type of primer on my skin is just gonna get extremely oily throughout the day. So I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty mattifying primer. And I like this primer because even though it is a mattifying primer, it feels hydrating on the skin, doesn't feel drying, and it just spreads out really nicely. It gives you time to spread it out without it drying down. How is the weather where you guys live? Because it is getting hot over here in Texas. Okay, that is so much better. I was getting pretty oily there. So lately I have been applying concealer before my foundation, the Beauty Blender Bounce Concealer. I'm only gonna apply it under my eyes though. Usually I will go down the nose, forehead, where I usually highlight, but I really want to see how this foundation performs, and I don't want the concealer to mess with it or anything like that. So And I'm using the Beauty Blender sponge. Alright, so the directions say shake vigorously before use. Dispense half a dropper into palms of hands and apply like a serum. Build coverage as needed. Set with soft focus finishing powder. I don't know how I feel about applying it on my palms and just applying it like a serum because I like a little bit of coverage. So I do want to see what is the coverage of this foundation or skin tint. So on one side, I will apply it with my hand, and then on the other side I'm going to use like a beauty sponge or maybe a brush. Okay, so that's how much I applied on my finger, and then apply like a serum. So I guess I just go and well, this is a really dewy skin tint. So the shade looks good. It does feel pretty oily. Oh my god, I forgot to apply the primer. I'm gonna apply it on this side. Okay, so this is one layer. I think it has like very sheer coverage. I did have like a little bit of redness here. I feel like it is still peeking through a little bit. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit more because it says, you know, to build as needed. So just gonna kind of like tap it because I did apply primer. I don't know, I just feel like it's like rubbing the primer like off if I just rub my skin. Okay, it's definitely very dewy. It does feel a little oily, which I'm not like a big fan of, but it does say to set with powder, so we'll see after I set. But so far it does feel kind of sticky and oily, a little greasy, which I'm not a fan of. The coverage is still pretty much the same even with the second layer. I'm gonna put the primer. Oh, it's really definitely like a serum. It does say on the package that this is more of a serum, and yeah, it's definitely like a serum. So I'm just gonna rub it on this side. Oh, it feels nice, but it does dry down and it kind of feels sticky as well, and it feels a little cooling on the skin, which is interesting. Wow, okay, so I wasn't expecting for the primer to dry down, but the primer did dry down. I feel like it actually also mattified my skin a little bit. So I can see why this would be a primer for this foundation. All right, so I'm gonna apply a few drops directly onto my skin this time. As you guys can see, it is very liquidy, like it's dripping down. I'm gonna use my Sigma flat kabuki brush because it's a pretty dense brush, so I feel like it would work good. This brush works really good with liquid foundations. Okay, yeah, we are getting more coverage this time. It does give you like a really healthy glow, but dang, it is looking too dewy. Just like the tiniest drop on my forehead. Okay, so I have a few breakouts right here. I'm gonna see if I can build it up right there. Okay, kind of covered that, but I can still see a little bit of my breakouts. Okay, and then just go over everything with the beauty sponge. This is very sheer. I'm gonna apply one more drop right here on this side. And I'm gonna try with the beauty sponge this time. Yeah. Oh my god, you guys, I feel like a grease ball right now. Look at my skin, it looks so greasy. Oh, feels a little sticky. It's not really drying down. My skin feels hydrated. All right, so for powder, I am gonna apply a mattifying primer. So this is the Fenty Beauty powder in the shade Butter, and I'm gonna apply just a tiny amount, not that much, all over the skin, and just dabbing my skin gently. That really helped out a lot. As you guys can see, this side, it's like, and I need to apply some underneath my eyes to set the concealer. Okay, I feel a lot better now that I applied powder and I set the foundation, but I don't know, like, it's not really giving me any coverage at all. Like, even though it's a skin tint, I mean, my tinted sunscreen gives me more coverage than this, I feel like. So I do feel like this side has a little more coverage than the other side. So I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup, apply bronzer, blush, and just finish my eyeshadow, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished the rest of my makeup and this is the finished look. It is 7 p.m. I know it is late in the day, but at least I will get a few hours of wear of the foundation, and then I'll come back tonight, let you guys know if my skin got extremely oily or how the skin tint were throughout the evening. On my lips, I'm wearing KKW Beauty lip liner in a nude 1.5. For my lipstick, I'm wearing the Patrick Ta She's Secure liquid lipstick, and then on top I'm wearing the Patrick Ta gloss, and she's an influencer. So I will link all of that down below for you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna come back and just let you guys know my final thoughts on the Ilia Skin Tint foundation. So yeah, I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back and it is almost midnight. So it's been about 5 hours since I applied the Ilia foundation, and as you guys can see, my skin is pretty oily. I haven't touched up, I haven't blotted or anything like that. For some reason, like, my skin just looks really healthy. I do feel like if I even touch my skin, like, the makeup is just literally gonna come off. This comes off very, very easily. So I mean, I just do this and literally, like, all of my makeup just comes off. Like, if you have really oily skin, I don't think this foundation would be good for you. I think I would have to just keep testing this out, but as a first impressions, I'm not a really big fan of this. Also, I can really see my pores. This probably would be really good for really dry skin types. Didn't really work for me, unfortunately. I really wanted to like it because of all the benefits that the foundation says it has: hyaluronic acid, vegan, gluten-free, all those things, but unfortunately it didn't work for me. So let me know if you wear any skin tints and which ones are your favorite in the comment section below. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.